here. So if we zoom in, we can see that the kidney has the hilum, which is the entrance and exit. Coming into the hilum is the renal artery, and going out is the renal vein. Now let's look at the outside of the kidney. This is the renal capsule, the protective layer. Now we look at the three layers of the kidney. We have the renal cortex, and then we have the middle layer, the renal medulla. In the renal medulla, we see pyramids. These are pyramids. And at the very tip of the pyramid, we see papilla. That's papilla, papilla, papilla. And then in between the pyramids, we have columns. So this is a renal column. This is another renal column. Now we make our way to the innermost layer, which is called the renal sinus. So this entire region is the renal sinus. The renal sinus has calyxes. So there's minor and major calyxes. To find a minor calyx, locate a pyramid, find the papilla, and the papilla will empty into a minor calyx. Here's another pyramid with the papilla emptying into a minor calyx. Another pyramid with the papilla emptying into a minor calyx. When minor calyxes merge together, they form a larger major calyx. So these are two minor calyxes, and this is a major calyx. These are two minor calyxes, here are the major calyx. All of the major calyxes then merge together into the renal pelvis. So here's the renal pelvis in the middle. If we zoom in on a specific portion of this kidney, so if we take a look at just the cortex and the medulla, one pyramid, we're going to find the nephron. So the nephron is the structural and functional unit of the kidney. So if we go over here, you can see a nephron. If you look at one of these little balls and all the tubules that come with it, that's a nephron. So what we're going to do is zoom in on the part of the nephron called the renal corpuscle, which is this little ball here. So if we zoom in on that, we get this over here. So this entire structure here is the renal corpuscle. What we notice is that there's blood coming in and out. Blood coming in will come in through the afferent arteriole. Notice the afferent arteriole is larger, and then blood coming out will exit through the efferent arteriole. Notice the efferent arteriole is smaller than the afferent. Okay, so now we're going to look at the nephron and look at how urine is formed. So again, this whole structure is called the renal corpuscle. It includes two things. The glomerulus on the inside, so this is all of the glomerulus, it's capillary, and then the glomerular capsule on the outside. So when you're filtering blood, blood comes in, it comes through the glomerulus, gets filtered, and is caught in the capsule on the outside. Okay. So after that, after we go through the whole renal corpuscle, we enter the tubules. So this is the start of the renal tubule. To see the entire renal tubules, we have to look at this picture right here. So what we just looked at was the glomerulus covered by the glomerular capsule. Coming out is the first of your renal tubules, which is called the proximal convoluted tubule. So it's proximal because it's close to the glomerular capsule. Now we go down into the nephron loop or loop of Henle. This whole thing is the nephron loop or loop of Henle. The descending limb is first, followed by the ascending limb. At the end of the loop of Henle, you get into your distal convoluted tubule, and then the distal convoluted tubule empties into your collecting duct. And the collecting duct goes all the way out. If you look over here, you can see the collecting duct here, and it goes out into the renal sinus, ultimately out the ureter.